I think this is insane, really. Hi, this is Takashi Nohara from Jazz Blues Japan. Yeah, I say insane. The Japanese jazz collectors, especially back in those days, in the 70s and also the 80s, maybe up to the early 90s, they have a kind of peculiar characteristic. Um, you know, I'll just show you the samples. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. I just picked up all of these, Blue Note reissues. You see, yeah, there are many, more than 10. You see, yeah, this is the Tony Williams, Horace Silver, Lou Donaldson, Jackie McLean, Booker Irving, Larry Young, yeah, Freddie Roach, and Andrew Hill, Tony Williams again. So all of these are the reissues by the Toshiba EMI, and most of them BMJ series with the obi, and some just in a round square sticker and a shrink type reissue. And all of those pressings, the copies, are just mint. Not only mint, they are just unused. The previous owner never spinned those vinyls. I cannot believe, and I know you cannot believe. I just obtained these pressings, copies from one jazz collector, and I already sold some of them, and some of them are not popular titles, but the ones I showed you right now, all Blue Note titles, and they're really popular on the market. And it seems that the previous owner that I was able to get those records from just kept those records, never used, very carefully, and yeah, just for his pleasure, And he told me that he has the same titles and the same reissue, one or two copies. That's a characteristic of the jazz, a heavy jazz collector here in Japan. What they did is just purchase, the titles that they want to, purchase, and at the same time, not only one copy. Some of them, they might purchase 2 or 3 copies for him to reserve. Maybe one copy can be played at most time, and if that copy is worn out, maybe the second copy will be played or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the peculiar characteristics of the heavy jazz collectors here in Japan. So that's why I was able to obtain these pristine, immaculate, mint, unused, never used pressing copies. And all of these are on the eBay store right now. So if you are interested, you can just check them out, right? But anyway, I think, yeah, jazz collectors are kind of peculiar, a tribe, I believe, all over the world. But especially in Japan, I see the that particular characteristic, which is, I think, very unique and peculiar to, I think, most of you guys, right? But in my case, what I was doing when I was young, collecting those jazz records, actually, I didn't have the money, because I was young at that time, in the early 20s. I didn't have the money. So what I did is I usually hunt for the second-hand used vinyl pressings. Either it is from the a reissue from the US, or the reissue by the Toshiba EMI, King Record, and the rest. And what I did at that time is that I usually play sometimes I just play the vinyl sometimes, but for the titles I like, I usually record those vinyl records to the cassette tapes. Yes, and usually I play the cassette tapes, not the vinyl, for me to kind of reserve that vinyl record. But occasionally I play vinyl record, but most of the time I play a cassette tape that I recorded. That's what I usually do, and most of the ordinary, collectors were doing that kind of thing, back in those days. But for some heavy jazz collectors who had the money, they just did that, they purchased the same titles, not only one or two, 3 or 4 copies at the same time. That's why we were able to provide you those amazing unused mint copies to you guys. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it, and lastly, I always keep praying, wishing you guys, family members, co-workers, friends, everybody to be safe in this pandemic situation. Please continue staying safe, and we are connected with the music we love. So love and peace from Jazz Blues Japan. And I always appreciate you guys for supporting us, doing business with us. Okay, I will see you next time. Please stay safe. Bye bye.